Welcome back to Win Chemistry. Today we're going to learn about scientific notation and how to use your calculators. So basically putting large expressions with exponents in your calculators so that you always get the right answer. Scientific notation is extremely convenient because it allows a mathematician or scientist to express really big numbers or really small numbers in an easy to understand way. Take the number to the right, for example. That's very cumbersome to count all the zeros, but instead you can use scientific notation and you can condense that number and just call it 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. Or instead of saying 0.00000 whatever 25, you can just say 2.5 times 10 to the negative 10. It's a lot more convenient to express really big or really small numbers in this case using scientific notation. Let's look at problem number 2 from your notes. You're being asked to change a number that's in scientific notation, so 4.56 times 10 to the 5th, and you want to write this number out so that it's expanded. So because the exponent is 5, I'm going to first write down the number 4.56, and it's a positive 5, so I'm going to move my decimal 5 spots to the right. 2, 3, 4, and now 5. And that's where we're going to end the decimal. And I just rewrite my number, and it turns out to be 456,000. So this is known as the expanded format. And the one that's on top, that's in scientific notation. So scientific notation has an exponent. And then this is like writing your number normally. Expanded form. Problem number 3, you're being asked to change 598,201 into scientific notation. So because this number is bigger than 1, we're going to actually move in the opposite direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to stop to the immediate right of the integer. And now I just rewrite it in scientific form. 5.98 times 10 to the 5th. It's 5 because again I move my decimal 5 spots to the left. In problem number 5, okay, we have to change 12.3 times 10 to the negative 5th, so this time it's a negative exponent, into an actual number. So 12.3, we'll start with just the decimal. Okay, remember it's negative 5, so this means the number is less than 1. Okay, we know the number is less than 1, so that means we're going to move the decimal to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You add your placeholder zeros. Okay, just rewrite your number so it looks nice and pretty again. 0.000123, and that's our number. In number 9, okay, we're gonna start with a really small number, 0.0000236. Okay, and now because this number is less than 1, we're gonna move this decimal to the right, and it looks like we're gonna move it to the right 5 times. Okay, remember you always stop to the immediate right of the first integer. So this is 2.36 times 10. Because we moved it to the right 5 spots, it's going to be to the negative 5th. Okay, remember it's negative 5 for the exponent because it's a number that's less than 1. Okay, it doesn't mean the number is negative, it just means the number is less than 1. Okay. So again, that's probably the last example that we'll do. Just make sure you wrap up part A with the scientific notation. Okay, I believe there's 10 or 11 problems, and I did just 4 of them for you guys. All right, now we're gonna start putting in large expressions into the calculator. So I'm gonna start by typing down parentheses, 10 times 10, and then caret symbol when I need to put in an exponent to the 15th, and then I close it off with parentheses, and then I hit divide. And then I put in the next expression, but I start that off with parentheses, 5 times 10 caret to the 5th, parentheses, and then I hit the equal sign. And that should give me the answer as 2 times 10 to the 10th. Now, depending on the calculator, you might see 2e10 or 2 times 10 and then caret 10. It means the same thing. But the most important thing is, if you look to the right of your screen here, you need to make sure that you're putting in the parentheses, and it's 2 sets of parentheses, and you can see there in red how I did that. Okay, because if you don't put it in, the calculator is not as smart as you. It gets confused and it just carries out whatever command you give it. So you need the parentheses to separate the numerator from the denominator for you to get the right answer. Okay, because sometimes if you don't put in the parentheses, you're going to get a weird exponent in your answer. Okay, so the correct exponent in this case is 10. So the answer is 2 times 10 to the 10th power. For problem number 13, again, start off with parentheses, 10 times 10, hit the caret sign. But now I'm going to hit negative down here, not the subtract symbol, negative 15, close it off in parentheses, parentheses again, 5 times 10, caret, 5, close it off in parentheses, hit equal. My answer, 2 times 10 to the negative 20. Now, depending on your calculator, if you have a graphing type of calculator, it might say 2e negative 20, that's correct. Older versions, older calculators might have 2 times 10 caret negative 20. And again, those are all correct. Okay, it just depends on the calculator that you have. But again, the most important thing is parentheses, and you need 2 sets of them. Okay, 1 set for the numerator, 1 set for the denominator. In number 17, we're going to multiply exponents. This one should be easier. So parentheses 5 times 10 caret 5, parentheses, and I'll hit the multiplication sign, parentheses 2 times 10 caret 5, parentheses, hit the equal sign. Make sure you're getting 1 times 10 to the 11th power for this one. One last problem. Parentheses 5 times 10 caret negative 5, parentheses, multiply parentheses 2 times 10 caret negative 5, parentheses, hit enter. Okay, and you can move the decimal just like how we learned, but it's going to be 1 times 10 to the negative 9, or 1e negative 9, or 1 times 10 to the negative 9. Okay, so again, make sure you're using parentheses, and you shouldn't have a problem with this at all. That was my lesson on scientific notation and carrying out expressions on your calculator. Please email me to set up an appointment online or see me during tutorial to get more help on these subjects. Make sure you complete the rest of the problems, the ones that are highlighted I did in the video, so you don't have to do those over again. And as you submit pictures of your work, make sure you include an ID photo of yourself somewhere in the picture. Thank you, and I'll see you next time on Win Chemistry.